Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Michelle, and we are the owners of the Main Street Mouse.
This is Main Street Mouse Weekly Podcast, show number 193 for July 7th, 2025.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Dead men tell no tale.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you. But may I just say,
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday. We are back.
We are back.
That's all we can say. So we got a lot to talk about this week.
We do have a whole lot.
We do. We're just tired. It has been such a busy week.
And today
for
we've
us.
been on the go since early. So
Yes.
it's like, yeah, that's why this podcast will go out a few minutes late.
Yeah, it
because-
will not be 7 o'clock.
No, because we've had a lot going on.
Yeah, but we will get it done and we will get it out. Hopefully by 8 o'clock it should be out and available to everybody. So.
Well, when they hear it now, they'll be like, okay.
Exactly. As long as they're not waiting there for 7 o'clock. To
Nah,
drop
I
it.
don't think anybody is like totally waiting for 7. But if you are, God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you a lot.
That's for sure.
Okay, so we have, like I said, we had a busy week. Tuesday and Wednesday were kind of down days because we knew we had a busy few days coming up with the holidays and everything last week.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Kingdom and Epcot, of course, had special fireworks for the 4th of July celebration.
Yes, they did.
So Thursday, we actually hung out with Greg and Holly. We went over to Steakhouse 71 at the Contemporary.
Yeah, so we hatched a plan
Mm-hmm.
because a plan is always better. And because we were going to go see the fireworks, but Florida weather has been very volatile.
It has been raining every day. And last week, it was raining every day right about the time we needed to be in the park.
But here's the thing. So on the 3rd of July, when we went out, it didn't just rain. It was bad.
It was really bad.
It was really bad. Let's backtrack for a minute.
Okay.
So we were going to go anyway, and then we decided that we were going to go get a reservation at the Contemporary because
we'd be able to park there rather than park in the Magic Kingdom lot. And then the biggest thing is we didn't want to have to deal with getting to the parking lot after fireworks or after we left the park. So by having a reservation at the Contemporary and eating it at Steakhouse 71, we were then able just to walk over to the Magic Kingdom, enjoy the festivities over there, and then just walk back to the Contemporary to get in our car and drive home.
Yeah, because if anybody has been to Magic Kingdom on the 4th of July, then you will know that getting out of there is next to impossible, and you end up so angry and so frustrated. And now it's like that on regular nights too, but 4th of July is just the hot mess express out there.
It really is. And there are so many people in town for the fireworks. And just, they have the dance parties. They have DJs in, I think, 3 different areas within the Magic Kingdom. So they had the festivities rocking the whole night. And it's a lot of fun. It really, if you've never been to Disney on the 4th of July or the 3rd of July, it is really a lot of fun and something you might want to consider planning for in the future.
Oh, yeah, because I love the fact that they have DJs. I love the DJ at the castle.
The castle DJ stand and all that is just, it's so much fun. Just
And they
to
have
a
the
dance
lights.
party.
It's like what you see in a dance club, like with the lights and the DJ stand and all of that. But it's at the castle stage, and they had a tent over them.
They did because of the rain.
Because of the rain. But so wait, let's rewind again. So we had dinner, and dinner was good.
It was very good. I had never eaten at Steakhouse 71 unless it was breakfast.
Yeah.
So this time we went for dinner. Now their dinner menu really doesn't appeal to me or you because it's a lot of steaks, which we don't eat steak. It's a lot of pork, which you don't eat at all. And I'm not a big pork chop fan or anything like that. So there really weren't a lot of options for us to eat there. However, you found a salad on the appetizer menu that sounded good to you.
Yeah, I ended up having appetizers.
So she had the salad and she had onion rings, which you say their onion rings are amazing.
Yeah, but I couldn't finish it all. That's why I was like, you guys want some onion rings?
And then I had ordered the burger, which everybody kept saying, oh, their burger's the best. It's the best burger. Well, it's not even on the menu at dinner, but I talked to the waiter and he's like, I'll get it for you. So he did get it for me. Honestly, it was probably one of the best burgers I've had.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what annoyed me? Is their lunch menu is top notch. They have the best lunch menu and the food is very, very good. Now, it was a couple hours past lunchtime, and I asked about the lunch menu, asked about the turkey club. Oh, no, we don't have a turkey club. You had a turkey club 4 hours ago.
Yeah, my guess would be that the kitchen has already put away all those ingredients for the evening, and they didn't want to have to unpackage them to reopen them to make a sandwich.
No sandwich for you.
There's always a reason for it. So
I guess.
But their lunch menu is a pretty good looking lunch menu. I've never been there, but after reading the menu of it, I would be inclined to go back at lunchtime.
I've been there twice for lunch, and both times were very, very good. Actually, my friend John and I were there when they first opened that.
Right, you guys went to like the media,
and we got to sit and we got to order whatever we wanted. And I got the club sandwich. They have those rolls. They're very good. I'm trying to think what else we had.
Yeah, the food was just that. I think one of those rolls is what the bun was made of for the hamburger.
Could be, and you could order the rolls on the appetizer menu, but they were $12 for 4 rolls, and I thought that was kind of high.
What, they think they're Cracker Barrel biscuits?
No, I love a good Cracker Barrel biscuit. But yeah, so we ate, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna go over to Magic Kingdom.
Well, then we realized, wait a minute, maybe that's not a good idea. So we decided, let's try the balcony at the Contemporary because you can really see well. And
it had rained really hard.
And they pipe in the music from the show. So they were going to pipe that in. So let's go to the balcony and see. Well, when we got to the balcony, the masses were already out there because we didn't get out there till late because we were eating dinner still.
Yeah.
People started getting in line. So then we're like, okay, let's go find another spot. So then we decided, hey, let's go stand in the parking lot area by the convention center.
Yeah, that big open space where nobody can park or whatever. Right. Like, yeah, where they have different conventions. They have the Destination D23 over there. Yeah.
All their big ones go through there. So we decided to go stand. We stood in that parking lot. And actually, it was a really good view because you could actually see the fireworks that were going off in the lagoon as well as the ones going off behind the castle and the castle fireworks. You could see everything from right there. It was a hard angle to film the entire thing.
Yeah.
But it was very nice to see it all. And we actually saw something happen to the one that was the barge that was in the lagoon area into the lake there. That one of the fireworks didn't go off.
Kind of fizzled out.
Fizzled out and kind of exploded on the barge, but it didn't cause any issues or anything like that. But it was just kind of funny.
This isn't like, now mind you, we were not like near Bay Lake at all. This is like past that, and there's water like past that too.
Right. This is the Seven Seas Lagoon we were.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. And you know, the thing is, when you stand in the Magic Kingdom, most people don't realize how far away those fireworks are. Yeah. And like the next night we were driving home and we could see the 360 fireworks from the road that we were driving on.
Right.
And they looked like just like 4 or 5 like bursts in a row, like
it did.
A lineup of fireworks. So, but from far away, they look really cool. But when you're right there, you can see how spread out they are.
Exactly. And that's where you have no idea, because there is the ones that go up right around the castle.
Yeah.
Smaller ones that go right around the castle. And
but most don't.
But most, they're a couple miles behind the park. They're launched from back there. And it's really cool.
I never knew that, by the way.
And it's just so cool because they have them lined up. So if you're standing on Main Street USA looking directly at the castle, those fireworks are dead centered over around the castle. And it's phenomenal the way they pull it all together. But it was a great show. So Thursday night, we saw the show there.
And then we went back into Magic Kingdom.
And then, Greg had the idea. He asked, hey, let's go to Magic Kingdom for a little bit. Okay, because why not? Why not try it? The rain had stopped. It cooled down a lot.
So everybody was leaving the park and we were going in. So we were going against the flow, definitely.
Definitely. But we did get in. The park did kind of empty out quite a bit, actually.
You know what? I'm gonna say that in my opinion, and I've seen other people say it too, but in my opinion, this year's 4th of July crowds were nothing like previous.
No, they weren't, because they didn't hit capacity.
They did not.
You could still get a reservation for the Magic Kingdom that day, which is crazy because you used to, if the 3rd and 4th you had to get it weeks in advance, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten it. So there was still reservations there. So when we got into the park, we were walking around, ran into some friends of Greg's and Holly's, and got to meet them. And then we rode the Mansion, we rode Pirates.
And this was like walk on.
We stood in front of the castle stage for a while to the dance party that was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast members made that party better because there was a group of probably 25 to 30
That were
cast
doing like a
members
conga line with lights. And
with a conga line with their directional lights,
Yeah.
all different colors, and they were having fun, and they kept the party going. The DJ was great, but they kept the party going in the hub there.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, and they had a DJ in Frontierland.
Yes, one in Frontierland and then another one in Tomorrowland.
Right. We didn't make it to
We never
Tomorrowland.
went over to Tomorrowland to see that one. We did walk by the one in Frontierland, and that was great back there. They were having a big old party back there. I don't know if they had any of the characters out. I was just curious if the bears might have been out if we had got there earlier.
I don't know, but it was kind of nice to be at the park was emptying out as we were coming in, so it was nice, and we got to see Rivers of America in the ferry boat another time at night.
All lit up, all the lights and everything. We didn't get to go to the island. We didn't get to ride the boat because it's all closed at that time of night. But we did get some more shots of it before because this was on the 3rd, and we knew that the 6th was the final date for all that. And we'll talk about that also here in a little bit. But it was a nice night in the park. I really had a good time.
I really had a nice time too.
And then we left there. We just walked back to the Contemporary to drive home, which is. It's so much nicer just to walk to the Contemporary than to have to get all the way to the main park.
It really is.
But you have to get the reservation and eat there, and use it. And same at the Poly.
They will not let you park there. It is near impossible to park at resorts.
It really is. Nowadays, it's become so hard, and I think it's because a lot of people do try to scam and park there rather than park in the Magic Kingdom parking lot and such.
But you know what? Okay, and I could see that around a park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we used to park at the Contemporary when we could, but like even resorts that are nowhere near,
right?
The parks like All Star,
right?
You still had to check in, and that is nowhere near park.
No, it's not. But if you park there and then, because I remember years ago, somebody we talked to said that what they did on I think it was either New Year's Eve or 4th of July, they would park at the All-Stars because it was easy to park at the resorts then. He would park at the All-Stars, then take a bus over to the park, and at the end, get back on the bus to the All-Stars and get to his car and take off and not have to deal with the monorail, the ferry boat, all that stuff. Just take a boat or a bus rather and go around and do what he had to do.
It's just, but it's always a pain to get out of Magic Kingdom at night. But the holidays are so much worse. But I'm glad we were able to get over there. And then the next day we decided to go to Epcot.
Right, we went to Epcot because Epcot had nothing special on the 3rd. The 4th they were having a little bit after Luminous was over. They were having just a little. Kind of like I think what they used to do with New Year's Eve and Christmas.
Yeah,
just that little couple minutes of fireworks at the end there, which we actually didn't even stay for. We actually got there. It seemed busier at Epcot than did the Magic Kingdom the day before.
It kind of did, and it was actually the 4th. I mean, we were there on the 3rd.
We were there on the holiday.
Nice.
But I thought more people would want to be at the Magic Kingdom on the 4th just because they have the bigger 360 fireworks. The castle gets the American flag draped basically over it with the projections and such.
I mean, we got to see Spaceship Earth in the whole flag thing.
And that was cool.
It was cool, but if you're going to compare spending your 4th of July at Magic Kingdom or Epcot, Magic Kingdom hands down throws a party. You know what they could do better at Epcot? They could do like they do at New Year's and have some dance parties in the countries.
They could.
Or, something extra, and they don't have anything extra.
No, they didn't. I was shocked because you have 3 DJs going in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, send somebody over to Epcot.
Why couldn't I know Elliot's got plenty of DJs on his roster that he could put a couple of stages over at Epcot and do something.
I mean, if you're gonna offer the extra show edition, then you would think that you would have other things going on for people to do. You know what I mean? Not
just a 2 to 3 minute firework.
Yeah, make it worth your while. And people were dressed in their red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah,
and
everyone was dressed up.
They were all festive and everything, but there wasn't a lot to do there. But people and I
outside of the normal Epcot stuff. Yeah.
And people were sitting around the water.
Oh yeah, early.
People were camped out, and it made me wonder, did they think that it was like the whole thing was something extra? Because to me, but we're locals. To me, it's not worth camping out for a couple hours.
No, and it was still so at Magic Kingdom they don't do happily ever after. They just do their 4th of July celebration fireworks. That's what they do. That's the whole
a little
show.
more worth camping out for because it's a show you don't see all the time.
Twice a year they do the show, the 3rd and the 4th, and that's it. So I understand Magic Kingdom people camping out hours in advance to be able to see the show from a good spot. But at Epcot it was just Luminous, which goes every night of the week at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So you could see that anytime. And then I think it was 9:20 they were doing the little, or 9:15 the little extra that they were going to do. It was 9:15 because Magic Kingdom started theirs at 9:20.
Yeah, and I wasn't feeling so hot, so we decided to head out.
Right. So we started heading out to the front. We did, like she said, we got to Spaceship Earth, and Spaceship Earth was had the lights up to be the red, white, and blue of the American flag, which we were able to get a photo pass to take our picture with that behind us, which if you look at social media, you can see that. And then while we're standing there, they did one of their shows on Spaceship Earth. So the first one was Maui singing You're Welcome, which was a cute little show we got to see. And then there was another one after that, which I think is the one they do every night at 9 o'clock, which kind of goes through the different areas of Epcot. You hear different things that take you back into history, old songs, and then you hear Walt at the end.
Yeah.
Say we're going to call it Epcot.
Yeah.
And it's a tearjerker moment. It really is.
Well,
every time you hear Walt's voice at any of these shows, it really hits you in the heart.
It does. And the part that gets you like ready for that is they play Illuminations music right before Walt.
Yes, they did.
And Illumination stuff makes me cry because I just a lot of memories with that show.
Yeah,
because
that
show was there for so long, and you know how many times did we see it? And I'm sorry, like I will stand firm that Illuminations and the whole presentation, the whole whatever, I think is better than Luminous still.
Oh, I agree. It's probably the best show I think still to this day. Of all the parks, I would say.
What?
Yeah, I thought.
No, you liked Happily Ever After.
I like Happily Ever After, but Illuminations, being that it's not an IP-driven show, I loved it because it was what I wish the Earth would do now, and everybody just come together as one.
Yeah, no.
And that's what the whole purpose of that was. It was we're all equal, we're all the same, and if we're all together, things are a lot smoother on this planet. So that's why I liked Illuminations and seeing the globe out in the middle of the lagoon over there and opening up with the torches lifting out of the
and
middle.
all the different countries shooting out fireworks from their. And you could hear, so when the Illuminations music was playing, you could hear the spot where the countries send their, that poof and all that. I don't know. I just think sometimes change isn't good.
Right.
Like sometimes leave things. They could have tweaked like Illumination.
They could have updated it. I know they said they were. I remember somebody told me a lot of the issues were the globe, the little LED screens that were all over the globe that showed the pictures and brought the videos and stuff like. They were starting to have problems with that. And I remember we did a tour years ago, backstage thing, and they told us that those little screens every day they're having to replace a bunch of them because they just burnt out. So the technology could have been updated with that.
Get a new globe.
Well, they could have done with projections. They could have used the same globe and just projected the images they wanted on the globe.
Well, think about it. They built those huge barges for the show, and if they can build those huge barges, they can build a new globe.
Yeah, because the barges had to cost a lot more than what the globe would have been.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I just missed that show. I loved that show. I thought it was great. And then I always liked when you walked out, Tapestry's music would play kind of as you were
Tapestry of Dreams.
Yeah, as you were walking out of the park, which is always it's actually the background music for our intro.
So in case those that don't know, that's Tapestry of Dreams or Tapestry of Nations, depends which version you saw.
Right.
That's the music.
Yeah, so we loved it. But yeah, so Epcot was great. We stopped at the pizza window because we couldn't get a reservation because we waited till too late to get there. We were hungry. So we did go to the pizza window. Pizza was a little different. It didn't taste like it normally did.
We kind of go to the pizza window a lot. And
because usually for whatever it costs, $8-9 for a slice of pizza, but it's a huge slice of pizza.
Huge.
It's a great deal.
It is, and we stood in line and we got our pizza, and for whatever reason, it didn't look the same.
Different sauce for one because it had big chunks of tomato pieces
Chunks or
in it.
something or other. And I'm hoping that that's not going to be the permanent change.
Yeah, I know. So we have to go back and try it again just to see if it's new and that's something new they because it was a different crust, more of a whole wheat crust.
It looked like a wheat crust. I don't know what they did. I mean, I still ate it.
Yeah, you did. But again, you weren't feeling good, so we ate and then we kind of started heading out from there.
Yeah.
We made our way around and got out of there. But that was our 4th of July celebration, which, as Michelle said earlier, though, when we were driving home from Epcot, we were on the 429, if you know where that is, in conjunction to Disney. So we're driving down the 429, and she looks out the distance towards where Disney is, and you could see the 360 fireworks going off.
You could, and that's what I was joking because I said we could have stayed home and walked to the end of our block and saw the 360s. No music, of course, but we could have, figured it out.
We could have probably piped it in, though. We could have played it from last year.
We figured it out some way, but yeah, you could actually see it from. You can see that from our subdivision, but you can see it from the road too, and it was kind of cool.
It is really cool when you're driving down the street, though, because we see it multiple times a week when I'm driving. If I have to just run to Flamingo Crossing area to get dinner or whatever, and it's later in the night, I'll see the fireworks in the distance, and sometimes it's still like, wow, I'm that close.
It is wow, and we hear the fireworks every night from our house. Yep. And then we know when they change times, like in the fall and whatever. We're like, oh, it's early tonight. Oh, they must have changed it,
So it's kind of cool to get those cues and know what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
So Saturday, we had our friend and staffer, Sarah Cooley, in town, and her mom came to town. Mm-hmm. And then Jackie Cutney, another one of our staffers, she came up from her area, and we hung out at Disney Springs that day. So we went to Splitsville and had a lunch.
We did.
Which was nice, sitting there and just talking and having fun.
Love Splitsville.
And fortunately, while we were there, that's when it poured down rain.
Yeah.
So by the time we were done eating, the rain had gone away. The sun had come out a little bit, but it wasn't too hot. And we just walked around the springs for a little bit. We went and got ice cream because we had to get the Dole Whip flight.
Yeah, so we went over to Swirls on the Water, and we introduced them to the Dole Whip flight. We're like, you guys have to try this.
I think what's funny is we were there, I think 6 or 7 hours we were with them at the springs.
Was it that long?
We went to Splitsville and ate. We walked through World of Disney, walked through the Trendy and the co-op there, went to Swirls, had ice cream, sat there for a little bit, got up from Swirls, went to Summer House, bought cookies, and then we came home. So all we bought was food that day.
Gosh, right.
We bought absolutely no merchandise walking around there.
No, I mean, yeah, it was kind of a foodie day.
It was a foodie day, but sometimes those days are needed.
So they didn't buy cookies before from the cookie bar at Summer House.
Yeah.
So, like, we should be paid for advertising because we're always pushing out, like, the cookie bar.
The cookie bar is the best cookies. I'll say it. I like them better than Gideon's. Gideon's are a little too rich.
And you don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait. You can walk right in and get your cookie. Because even Sarah's mom had asked me, are we going to have to wait in line to even get in there? And I said, no. I said, the cookie bar, you kind of walk in, you order your stuff, pay for it, they package it, they hand it to you, walk right out.
And it's not in the main restaurant. It literally says the cookie bar over to, like, the left side.
Yep.
So
it has its own entrance. You can get there from inside the restaurant, but it has its own entrance just to walk right in and get.
Right. So we got there and we were the counter was full.
It was full.
And it's always like challenging to decide what kind of cookie you want.
It is because there's so many choices that look great.
Oh, I know. I could be like one of each. So we got a raspberry cheesecake. You got your oatmeal scotchy,
which is my favorite cookie.
And then there was a new one in the case. It was Dubai chocolate. Mm-hmm. Now, for whatever reason, Dubai chocolate is all the rage.
It's the happening thing.
It is. Like, you can go get ice cream with it. You can go get those big fruit cups with Dubai chocolate on it.
Oh, okay.
There's a place not far from us that I really want to go to, but I hear it's very busy and expensive.
Is that the fruit place where they just put the Dubai chocolate on top of the fruit?
Yeah, but they have all kinds of other stuff there too. So, anyway, we bought it because I wanted to give it a go. So we actually tried a little bit today.
And it's a pistachio chocolate cookie.
Yeah, it's got little tiny pieces of pistachio, which I do like pistachio. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you, it doesn't taste like any other chocolate chip cookie.
If I would have tried it, I wouldn't have known it wasn't Hershey. There's no way. There is no way I would have been there and go, oh, this is Dubai chocolate. It's the best. I would have been like, okay, it's just chocolate. It's not a big deal.
So maybe we need to go someplace that actually serves the Dubai chocolate because maybe, you know what I mean?
And it could have been the pistachio was throwing us off because there was actually quite a bit of pistachio, and the saltiness of the pistachio kind of overrides the flavor of the chocolate.
It does. It tasted kind of like a nut cookie.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. I'm not going to say it was bad because I've never had a bad cookie from the
No.
cookie bar.
No.
Their
But
banana one.
there's a banana bread cookie.
Banana bread cookie is so good, especially if you have it warmed up. You've had the lemon cookie many times.
Lemon cookie is
The
great.
peanut butter cup cookie, which the peanut butter cup melted on the top of the peanut butter cookie. There's just so many cookies there. And then the brown butter Rice Krispie treat.
I know. See, he should be doing commercials.
Fantastic. Yeah, they should call me. Scott at themainstreetmouse.com. Email me. I will come. I will do a commercial at your establishment. My payment is a dozen cookies every day.
Oh my, we'd be so fat. Are you?
I already am fat. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, shut up. So anyway.
So that was Disney Springs. So we had a good time hanging out with our friends. Sunday, originally, we didn't really have any plans for Sunday. But we got up, we started doing our stuff, getting our work and such done. And then Sarah had messaged Michelle and like, hey, we're going to be at the pool today. If you guys want to come back to the resort and hang out at the pool for a couple hours, we'd love to have you. So we decided to go over there and hang out at the pool with them for a little bit. And then we went and had
only
lunch.
stayed a couple hours. And she was staying at All Star Music.
Correct.
And we hadn't been there, so
No, we hadn't been. I don't think we've ever been to All Star Music. We've stayed to sports. We've stayed to movies. We've never been to the music one.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
But
and it's the middle one.
Their food court is huge.
And good food.
And,
We actually
and the
had
food
lunch
was
there.
good.
Yeah, we had lunch in there.
The pools are nice, and like we were at the piano pool. We were not at the main pool.
The guitar pool. We skipped that one.
Yeah, so it was nice and quiet, not a lot of stuff going on, and we just kind of stood in the water and talked for a couple hours, and it was nice. I love a good pool day, and I don't have many of those, so like it's I could have sat there for hours, even though like we didn't because Jackie had to go back.
Right, and we had plans yesterday evening, dinner with the family.
Oh yeah, we had family dinner.
So yeah, we didn't stay long, but it was still fun for a couple hours. So like I said, you were in the pool for a little bit, then we went to the food court, had lunch, which was nice, and again just sitting, chatting, and eating our food, and then we came home.
And
that was it.
Yeah, and then we had family dinner. I was wiped out from being.
You were wiped out because she has not been feeling good for the last week. And if you listen to Daydream Believing podcast last week, I think you gave a little bit more explanation.
I did explain, and my voice is different because I'm on medication. So I'm trying really hard to keep it together.
So if I'm talking more, there's a reason for it.
I can't. My brain is not working.
So I apologize. And if there's any spots where we're not talking, it's just because we're getting our thoughts together.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's not her fault. She'll be fine soon. So today, yesterday we know was the last day of Times Square Island and the Liberty Bell riverboat. They were being closed yesterday. Was the last for both of those.
Right.
So we wanted to go over there this morning because we also knew that the Haunted Mansion's new merchandise that dropped at Disneyland a few days ago was finally dropping at Memento Mori at Magic Kingdom Walt Disney World. So we wanted to go over there. We wanted to go see if they put up walls or what they exactly were going to do around the water there.
Yeah.
Block it off, which there was a couple walls here and there. There was bushes where the riverboat entrance was.
Yeah, they have the bushes where you would go in and get on the boat, but the boat is gone already.
Boat is gone. Yeah,
I was shocked.
Boat is gone. I think the boat left last night. They actually took it around the back area and got it out of the way.
I didn't think it'd be gone already. I just thought they would I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
And you could see some of the construction or engineering over on the island.
Yeah, they waste no time. There was already workers on Times Square Island. I saw some messing with the bridge on the one side.
The Barrel Bridge.
Yeah. I don't know. And also the park map changed already.
It did.
Like overnight, there used to be like the water and stuff. It just looks like grass.
Yeah. So the electronic park map and the
the physical one,
that you can hold in your hand in the parks, they've already taken that all out of there. Which makes me wish I would have grabbed a map last time we were there.
Yeah,
I know. On Thursday, just to have one last one with the area in it. And I forgot.
I'm sure we
have
have
some
maps
older
around
ones.
here
Yeah, I do.
somewhere.
I have
we
somewhere.
have so much Disney stuff in this house.
It just would have been nice to have one last one that time. So we did grab the one today, though. We got a couple of them. But yeah, they've already got that all done. So I guess the next few months and actually years, it's gonna be interesting to see all that area. This all be taken out of there, and then that all come together.
It's weird to not see the boat there.
I'm guessing quickly we are going to see that island start to get demoed with everything on it and the trees and everything. And we're going to see the water get drained.
And you can't walk along the water, like from the area from the Haunted Mansion where you could walk on the side of the water. They have it looks like a big door.
Yeah.
They blocked it off.
Yeah, actually there's 2 doors there. I don't know if you saw that. There was another one actually a little bit further down where you used to have that little building that sometimes that even had blocked up walls and a doorway over there. So we'll continue seeing as we go over there. We'll be able to share pictures.
Yeah, we'll share the progress of what's going on. But another reason we went was the Haunted Mansion drop this morning.
Yes.
So if you look, I wrote an article about it. So you go to themainstreetmouse.com if you want all the scoop on the new merch. I put a video on our Instagram, not TikTok yet, I don't think. But the new and it's on DisneyStore.com today also.
Yeah, so if you're not in Florida or California and you can't get to the parks to get some of this new merch, you can get it on DisneyStore.com. So if you go to Michelle's article that's on the Main Street Mouse right now, there's a link at the very bottom that will take you to DisneyStore.com, and they can purchase the same stuff we see in the parks today.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good, they come out with new Haunted Mansion stuff every year around this time.
This has to be one of the best drops, though.
They really did a good job this time, and I keep thinking about that dress. There's this really cute dress, but the only reason that it gave me pause is the material is really thick, and I'm like, Halloween around here is still hot.
Yeah.
But couldn't you wear that? You can wear Haunted Mansion all year round.
Haunted Mansion isn't just Halloween. Haunted Mansion is year round, so you can get away with it.
Maybe I'll have to consider that dress.
I know. I got my jersey. So anybody knows that last week when they dropped it at Disneyland, and you saw the early pictures, you showed me the baseball jersey that was coming out. So I did get my jersey. I had my gift card saved. I got it.
He hauled it in there. I told him I stopped to take pictures of the non-ferry of the islands.
Liberty, yeah.
Yeah, and I looked at you and I'm like, just go. Because you don't know, normally there's a bunch of personal shoppers in there buying up all the stuff. Mm-hmm. But we got in there pretty early and it wasn't bad. And I was telling him that maybe the fact that they sell the stuff on Disney Store's website, it kind of maybe detours people from going in there and buying it all up because they had quite a bit. And like I said, I really like this stuff. You guys have to go to the mainstreamhouse.com, open that article. You can see everything.
And there's a lot. Like she said, there is a whole lot. And it's not just clothing, but there's also like cups of the hitchhiking. There's mugs for each of the hitchhiking goes. There's a paper towel holder for your kitchen. There's a kitchen dish towel. There's new bookends that match some of
ornaments.
A whole lot of new Christmas ornaments in there. 2 new statues of 2 of the characters from the stretching room. There was just so much stuff, even down to like a little notebook with a pen that had it on there, and there was just a new pen.
Was cool.
New pen that was kind of cool. Just a little toothpick holder that was like a vase
or a shot glass,
or a shot glass, however you want to look at it. It was just a lot of great stuff. Actually, they did applaud Disney because they did.
We walked in and I was like, "Oh man, you could have gone nuts in there."
Spirit. I don't need any Spirit jerseys, but I want the Spirit jersey.
It is so good.
Yeah, it is. And then the Crocs that match it, and I hate Crocs. And they don't fit my feet.
No.
And I kind of wanted a pair of those, but they don't make them my size, so I'm lucky in that.
You're lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying the Crocs, but I do like the Spirit jersey, and
you like the pajamas.
Oh my God! So here's the thing. Like, I always buy Disney pajamas. I'm going to go off on a tangent for a second. I have pairs of Disney pajamas. I've bought them for years. I have Winnie the Pooh. I have Christmas. I have Halloween. I have the other Haunted Mansion ones that were in shorts, okay?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, though, these cost $65. Now, normally they're around $40.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, jammies, because I love pajamas so much because, I just like lazing around. And I saw $64.99. I'm like, I can't justify it. Not for pajamas.
No, and that's the baseball jersey actually went up. The jerseys were at $1.65. Now this one was $74.99.
Everything's going up.
However, this jersey is very thick.
Yeah,
it is.
If
you're up north in the fall and winter months, you could actually wear this jersey because it is thick enough to wear in that cooler climate all year round. Now here, I don't know when I'm going to wear it. I'm going to give it a shot, try to wear it to a park, and hopefully I don't sweat too much.
Well, you like it so much, you'll wear it anyway.
Yeah, I wear it anyway. But then they had a button-down shirt of the wallpaper, of the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. And I looked at the shirt. I'm like, I really like this shirt. The shirt was $65. Now I'm looking, they have the Roosevelt shirts in there also, which I have. I was wearing my Roosevelt Haunted Mansion shirt today when we went, and it's like, this was $70. It's like for $5, and the quality is so much better. The silkiness of the Roosevelt shirts and the way they feel, $5 more. I'd rather have the Roosevelts because this one kind of didn't have that same feel. I just think they overpriced that shirt, especially if you're selling the Roosevelt shirts in the same store.
Yeah,
Why would you have them so close and so much a different quality?
Yeah, I don't know. Their prices just keep going up in Disney, and sometimes it's hard to justify paying for certain things. That's why I was like, those jammies, I'd love to have them, but absolutely not. I mean, I think maybe they'll put on sale at some point, but online.
If they have to, unless they sell pretty good, then they'll full price.
I don't know. Maybe people.
The only thing that stinks about online is you don't get your discount, your annual pass holder
I know.
discount. However, if you're somebody from out of state, you don't have to hire a shopper to purchase this because the shoppers are going to upcharge you, of course.
Of course.
But if you're shopping on DisneyStore.com, if you spend a certain amount, you get free shipping. So you would only be paying the sticker price for a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. So there are ways to get your hands on this merch.
Definitely. But so Haunted Mansion merchandise, fantastic this year. Make sure you check it out if you haven't seen any of it yet. Like I said, we have a blog on the site. Michelle's done videos and such on different social media, so go check all that out. And let us know in the comments what you guys think about it all, what you like. Also, going back to Tom Sawyer Island, we also published our video this morning of the time we walked over to the island.
Yeah, we went a couple weeks ago because we didn't want to deal with crowds and such.
Correct. So that's a full video of the island. The island was not busy that day. There's a few people in the shots, but not too many at all. But that's a full walkthrough of the island where we went up through all the different areas, through the different caves and such, all over the fort. So check that out. And we'll leave that up there because it's just a good reminder of what we had before the whole cars area takes over the island area. So I just want to run through a few things. Also, just updates on attractions and such like that. The Boneyard Animal Kingdom will be closing September 2nd. Starlight's Parade is going to be debuting July 20th. So we're getting excited about that here. Test Track has been doing all their testing and such, and they're going to be open Test Track July 22nd. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, the refurb is going to start in August 4th, 2025 of that, and we don't know how long it's going to run. It's going to run into 2026.
They said 2026.
Yeah, we just don't know exactly when. And then Spaceship Earth's refurb is going to be beginning August 25th of this year, and that one's going to go into the 2026.
Crazy that they're closing all these things.
Yeah, they're closing quite a bit, and we're getting a lot of new stuff, so we will see how it goes. But we will keep you guys updated. If any of these dates change, or when we get dates of when things will be completed, we'll be sure to share that with you guys. So you ready to run through the news really quick?
Sure.
Since last week? So
sure.
Not a ton of news this week, but there's a few of these we're probably going to touch on a little bit longer. Some news that broke out. If you know anything about Disney Lorcana, they had the first ever Disney Lorcana Championships.
Oh, okay.
Not too long ago. And they crowned the winner, and he won the Golden Mickey card, which I guess was a really unique card that this guy got. So good for him on winning it all. I've seen the game. Andrew's played the game. I've never played it, but I know a lot of people really got into Lorcana when it started. So it was a lot of fun. There's a new mug at the Trader Sam's Tiki Bar.
Oh, yeah, at Disneyland. It's a mermaid mug. It's really cool.
It is. So if you haven't seen that, the link, all these articles will be hyperlinked in the show notes so you can go read the articles from us. The next one was something everybody was waiting for to see what was going to come out, and that was the Eat to the Beat 2025 full concert lineup was announced.
Oh, yeah.
Finally. I was just going to run through them really quick so we can comment on any of them if you would like to. So opening Epcot this year, and these are all the celebrity concerts. There is some local bands and such that play on the other nights, but this is the celebrity concerts. So the first celebrity concert for the event this year, August 29th and 30th, is Joey Fatone and Friends.
Always a good time.
Joey is always good. He brings out a lot of great guests, and they're not the same guests from night to night or from show to show, for that matter. He's been known to bring out different guests during the same night's show. So go to the first, go to the second, go to the third show, and you might see 3 different shows completely.
Yeah, you could go all weekend and see different things.
You could. After Joey Fatone is Mercy Me.
Okay.
And then in September, we have Katie Tunstall.
She had one song like 30 years ago.
Okay, I didn't know who she was. Then Toby Mac comes in.
Toby Mac is always good, and he brings in a crowd.
He really does. After that, we have Starship with Mickey Thomas, who Mickey has become a staple.
Oh my gosh, he's always there.
At Eat to the Beat. Then in September, I don't even know how to say this. Bacalos, Bacilos.
No idea.
No idea. Then Sheila E. Then Ben Rector.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tiffany.
Okay, I know her.
Would you like Tiffany? Jesse and Joy.
No idea.
The Baha Men.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let them out? Then it's a to be determined concert.
I love
They
them.
have it out. They're great. They have some great hits.
To be determined is awesome.
The Wanted 2.0.
I know who that is.
Which is new to the. They never.
It's like a
performed
boy
before.
band.
Yeah,
It was.
they just never been there before. Is when it.
Right.
The Fray.
Yep, I know who that is.
The
That's a
Hanson
good one.
Brothers.
Oh, Hanson's always good.
Hoobastank. Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
One of our favorites, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
They are so good.
We have to go.
Definitely go. After them is Boyz II Men, one of my favorites. Then David Archuleta.
Okay.
Jordan Sparks, her first time appearing.
Yes,
she will be
first
there.
time.
Bowling for Soup. This is their first time coming.
Yep.
And then the big one that really surprised a lot of people, because Brian Wilson just passed, but the Beach Boys are coming.
Yeah, I don't know. And people are speculating. They're like, oh, maybe John Stamos will show up.
I think John will be there. I have a feeling that he will be there.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I would say for sure. So that's the concert lineup. Like I said, there's one we're waiting to hear who it's going to be in there. But once we get that information, we put that out for you guys. But who are you guys excited to see? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, it's not a bad lineup. We just got to remember to go.
Exactly. That's the big thing with us. We forget to go. Universal Orlando invited Florida families for Summer Thrills. So it's just some of the summer events that they're doing at Universal this year. So you can read more about that. Going back to the food and wine and Eat to the Beat and everything, they dropped all the information for the dining packages available. And if you've never done a dining package for the concerts, so you get your dining meal and such, but then you also get guaranteed better seating for the concerts that evening. So it's really good. And there is some venues that you can actually get same day. So like, I think is it the Cafe? I can't remember which one.
I believe
you can get same day. You pay a little bit higher for what you would for your food, but you also get your guaranteed seating. For the event. And then Epcot Food and Wine Festival dates and tasty previews. So they put out more information about that. So if you want to know anything about Food and Wine, we have 3 articles on the site. You can go read about them all and learn everything that's going to be coming this year to Food and Wine. Then last week we had also put out when we saw the Haunted Mansion merchandise that would be coming out, but it dropped today, so you can actually go see it now. But we had put out a preview of that. Tiana's Joyful Celebration exhibit is launching in 2026, and that's going to be a traveling exhibit. You can go check out about Tiana. In honor of the Fantastic Four movie, Little Caesars Pizzeria had a movie deal that they've created, or a movie and a movie deal, so you get $4 off your ticket. If you spend $20 at Little Caesars, you get $4 off for Fandango off your Fantastic Four movie ticket. But they also took a pizza, and this is like the dream pizza. It's 4 different types of pizza in one pizza, so you get 2 slices of 4 different pizzas in that one. So if you're kind of like me and you like all kinds of different flavor, that's a great little pizza to get. But that's a Fantastic Four special they're doing just for the movie in honor of all that. So if you're excited about the movie, there you can go there, spend $20 and you get $4 off your movie ticket for the film. The new Haunted Mansion merchandise at Magic Kingdom, your article from today, so it's hyperlinked in the notes. You can click on that and read more about it. And then it was announced today. Well, we knew about this was coming, but it was announced that it is coming
Officially.
to Disney World and Disneyland. The debut of It's a Small World, the last verse has been added.
Yes.
So that's going to be coming. Do you know the date on that?
17th, maybe.
So at D23, you got to go to the I guess
it was the Richard Sherman or Sherman
Tribute,
Brothers. Tribute. And it was really cool because if my memory serves me correctly right now, we got to see a clip of Richard Sherman singing the last little piece he added.
Right.
It was a video, and I believe he was with Bob Iger.
Okay.
And he's like, singing it. It was something small. I probably have that somewhere on my phone. But yeah, so that was kind of like the last little thing that he did before he got sick and passed.
And I know they say It's a Small World I think that's the one that holds the world record for most played song ever, because it plays thousands of times every day, and it has for decades.
Oh my gosh. So we were on the monorail today, and this lady is like, to her kid was probably 12, and she's singing It's a Small World, and she goes, we're going to go on It's a Small World. And he's like, what's that?
Yeah, he had no idea.
I had no idea. I don't know how. I thought that was like one of those things that like when you're born, you just know the song.
I don't think any of them, or the most of them, had never been to Walt Disney World because of some of the stuff they were saying. It's like,
we are going to do, like I used to do my snarky articles, and I'm going to do an updated version of Things Overheard overheard at Disney because I already got like 3 things just from
We got
today.
3 today, and they're good. So I'm not going to
They're
spoil it and
good.
say it now. But yeah, we'll be putting that out. But yeah, so the last verse, if you haven't seen that article, it's really doing well for us on social media. Everybody's really engaging with this one. So check it out. And again, let us know what your thoughts are. I'm kind of excited for a new verse to be added to that.
Yeah.
And we would definitely be there to record that once it drops.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. So we have our discussion this week.
He didn't tell me what the discussion
I did
is.
not, but I came up with this idea the other day. So the other day I was on social media, or no, I was just reading a news site actually, and I saw something about a person in California for the last 7 years. This guy who lives near Six Flags has bought this meal dining pass every year for 7 years. It's $150. You get that in conjunction to your annual pass out there. So your annual pass includes unlimited admissions to Six Flags, free parking and such. He works 5 minutes from Six Flags, so he buys the dining package every day, or he said most days. Most days he goes over to Six Flags, has lunch, leaves and goes back to work. Then on his way home from work, he stops in there, has dinner, then goes home. He's done this for 7 years, and in doing that, he's been able to pay off his student loans, put money down on the house because he hasn't had a food budget. Because he's spending $150 a year for food. I spent $150 in a day, but he's doing that for a year's worth of food. And I started to think, I'm like, and I remember Cedar Point had a deal like that. You could buy a 1-day ticket to Cedar Point, and then for an extra $35, I think it was, you could eat every 2
all day.
hours.
Yeah.
And I wondered how many people would ever be excited if Disney ever did something like that. So if you're staying in a resort, you can buy the dining package, or you might get it for free if they're running a promotion where you get 2 quick service meals a day and a snack.
Yeah.
What if Disney created a ticket that you get your admission to the park, but you also get 2 walk-up services, you get 1 snack, and you get a refillable cup that I wish Disney would do in the parks.
Oh,
they do it at
yeah.
the resorts, and Universal does it, SeaWorld does it, Lego. Everybody else does it. Cedar Point's been doing it for years, to where you get a cup and you get it refilled throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think... Now, Disney's probably not going to do it because they can charge more, and they still get the people to crowd in and do it all regardless of
They
what
can
the cost
charge
is.
whatever and people still pay it.
But I think that would be a huge incentive because when you go to Disney, if you're buying day tickets and you're not staying on property, you're buying your tickets to get into the park, you're paying for parking if you're not staying at one of their resorts or your annual pass holder, then you're buying food for your family.
Yeah.
And it's really going to add up through all the day. But
if you have the dining plan, this covers everything.
you might have those people who normally would pack a lunch.
Yeah,
not
true.
Pack the lunch.
Yeah.
And I think it would be something good, but I was trying to think, is there any negatives? And the only negative I could see is Disney going, well, we won't make as much money. But you might have more people being apt to buy that than...
I mean, it could be something as simple like with, your park tickets from this date to this date, that you get like a free like hot dog, free pretzel, free something.
Just something added on there as a little incentive.
Disney doesn't do that though.
No, but I know lots of other parks are doing it, and they don't have to do it either. Cedar Point never had to do that. Cedar
No,
Point, if you've
they're-
been to Cedar Point, they're open 4 months, 5 months a year,
And they're
packed
crowded, yeah.
every day. But when they did that, we used to buy it because what it cost us for the 4 of us to go eat through the day, it was cheaper for us to buy the meal plan. And actually, we were smart when the boys were younger. We would buy them 1 meal plan because they could eat every 2 hours, and we would just have them split. So they would share that 1 meal plan, so they'd get
And back
chicken.
then they never finished their food anyway because they just
No.
wanted to keep going and doing things.
So we could get them the chicken tenders and fries. They would split that meal, which was a lot of food. They would split it, eat it, and then we'd go back to doing stuff. And it was a better option for us as a family.
Yeah, and they loved every 2 hours. Is it time to eat yet? And
Yes.
even though they weren't hungry, they were still going to get the food
Yeah, because you could.
just because you could.
You could. And same with the drinks. You could get the refills throughout the day on the souvenir cup.
Right.
I don't know. I just think it'd be something fun if they could do it. I just don't know I don't think Disney would ever do it, but I think it would be a great incentive to offer that.
Well, if we're keeping it real here, the pricing to get into the parks, and then if you throw a hopper on there, it is outrageous. And, if they threw in any type of extra freebies, but I do think that that's what they use the dining plan for. It's like a bigger version of what you're trying to say.
Right. It is exactly that. And we know that Sarah and her mom have the dining plan while they're here, and they have all these meals. They have 2 meals
They
a
had
day.
a bunch of
and
extra credits.
They have a whole bunch of extra credits because they said they're not used to eating that much. And as you get older, most people, we don't eat 3 meals a day. We'll eat maybe 2. Some people even only eat 1, and then they snack or whatever.
I just like to snack.
You like to snack. I I don't know. I thought this was something interesting that I read about Six Flags and how much money the gentleman saved by doing that. Now, I don't think they would ever come out with an annual meal pass. I don't
Wait a
think
minute,
they would.
sidebar. That guy's eating park food every day. I would be
Every day.
so sick.
And I don't know how many
that.
options you have. We've been to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Well, and the food was
And the food
garbage.
was not that good at
so
all.
bad. It was the worst, probably worse than SeaWorld.
Now, I do remember, it's funny you say SeaWorld, because I remember a couple years ago, SeaWorld did have a package like that you could buy, and I want to say it was like $99 for the year, and you could eat 2 meals there a day at any of their walk-ups. And there was a lot of people that would go there and have dinner and go home afterwards because it was saved them so much money.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't have that kind of ambition to where I'm going to drive all the way to SeaWorld to have a hamburger, or I don't
if
eat
it's near your
burgers, but
work,
chicken.
But if it's near work and you're leaving work for the night,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it might be an option. Now, see, I would look at it as well. I would look at Disney. I'd be like, well, we go Disney at least a couple times a week usually, and we're there how many weeks a year? It's like, well, this could save us quite a bit of money if we had a plan like that, depending on the cost of it.
They need to improve their park food.
I wish they would bring the refillable cups to the parks, though.
You know what? I wish that too, and so many people feel the same. And the other theme parks do it. My only thing is Disney makes more money if people are going to buy a fountain pop like $5, like every. And in the summertime, you get thirsty really fast. I mean, we'll get something to drink or whatever, and then I know within a half hour I'm like, I need water, I need whatever.
Right, and then they give the cups at the resorts. I mean, sometimes if you have the right package at the resort, you get the cup, or you buy the cup because your resort you can refill your cup all the time, and it's smart if you're staying at the resort.
Yeah, if you're gonna have pool days at the resort or downtime, I mean, getting the mug makes sense because if you're gonna hang out at, like Sarah and her mom, like already, like they had 2 non-park days. They have non-park days planned where they just wanted to be at the resort, and they have the refillable mugs. And she said it's nice because they can just go in there and fill up.
Yeah, it's great actually. And throughout the day, and when we were walking through the park today, I saw somebody, because we were there early, somebody was drinking out of their cup as they were walking around the park, and I'm like, I hope they realize they can't refill that here because I don't think I would have brought the cup to carry around all day in the park. I just think it would be a great option because you go to Universal and you see so many people bring their refillable cup with them every time they walk through. And it's really no different than Disney offers with the popcorn bucket refills.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Because people walk around with their popcorn buckets, which are a lot bigger and a lot bulkier than a drink cup. It's like you offer the popcorn refills. Why not do the drink ones? Because I just think, and everybody knows Coke and Disney have a great deal. And it just, I don't know. I just think they could do something like that, and I think a lot of people would like it.
The bottom line is money, and they're going to charge more.
I guess.
You got to think about it, too. Okay, we're going to sidebar this conversation. You think of, if we were just talking the other day about what great deals you used to get for Disney.
Right.
And how they would throw in all this extra stuff, and it was affordable, and the walk-ups and such were good.
They were good.
But now, I don't get me wrong, I love Disney. I was just there today. A lot of the walk-up food is not that great, but the prices are going up. Right. And if you think about it, they have all these expansions going on in the parks. So, they up prices on things because they have a lot to pay for.
They do.
So, I mean, I don't understand how all that works, like business-wise, but the overhauls that they're doing is like big. It's not something small, like changing an animatronic in a
That's
ride.
True, but think about how much money they report every year in profit.
Oh, heck yeah,
it's in the billions every year. So if they spend $1 billion to improve the Magic Kingdom, but they made, say, $4 billion last year in profit, that's only 1 year's profit, not even the full profit they're using to expand that area, which is going to make them how much more? Because the Cars Land, that's what we've talked about. So the big thing with Tom Sawyer Island closing and the Rivers of America closing, that area made no extra money.
Nope.
There was no food booths. There was vending machines on the island for drinks if you need something. But there was no food booths. There was at one time on the island, but that's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, the counter is all closed up. The chairs are there, though.
Right. The river, the river boat, there was no way to make money on that. So that was a lot of property there that really had no extra financing coming in, where if you walk through any other land, you see a popcorn park, popcorn cart, you see a ice cream cart, you see
yeah.
a drink cart, you see a turkey leg cart, you see all these other carts, and then you always have food booths as well.
Right.
That they can turn a profit. So now with the Cars line, you're going to see Cars-inspired food carts and Cars-inspired eating places back there and more merchandise areas.
Good Lord. You know there's going to be a ton of merchandise.
Which is going to increase the bottom line for how much that area now is going to make a profit. So they might be investing whatever it's costing to do it, but they're going to start making money on that land rather than just have that land sit there and it really just cost them money, because that's what it was. It was costing them money to have that land there because you had to have cast members, you had to have the area taken care of, you had to service the boat. The people said the water was having issues, that it was leaking out, that they had to fix that all the time. So that area was costing them money and not making anything at all. So now that area is going to make money. It's going to be fixed to be the way they want it. So I get, bottom line, they want to make money. And I get that.
Bottom line, it's about the money.
That's what the stockholders want. The stockholders at the end of the day want to turn a profit so that their stock price goes up. And I fully understand that side of it. But I'm looking at, so many people complain all the time Disney's outpriced them and their family.
Right.
To where people who used to come every year now have to come every other year or every third year because they just can't afford to do it back-to-back years anymore because they can't get it paid off before the next trip. And I think that if you could offer some kind of stuff like that, because more people are starting to stay off property, it seems like. And I mean,
people are looking for but people are looking for ways to save. And if you stay, let's say you stay at the hotels that are on over by Disney Springs.
Yes.
A lot of them you get free breakfast.
Look at the Drury.
Okay, the Drury you get free breakfast and happy hour and snacks.
And a something you could use for dinner every night.
You really could.
There's a full, because they make, like the one night we were there for a media event, they had hot dogs and a bar with that. They had a nacho bar. They had a salad bar. They had, that night was fettuccine with chicken and other stuff.
Yeah, so and that's included in your stay.
Yes, it's all part of the price for your room for the night.
Disney doesn't give you freebies like that.
No, you don't. If you go to All-Star Music and you're staying there, if you want to eat, if you didn't get the dining package or get it for free for a promotion, you have to pay when you go into that food court.
Of course you do. But it's that's the thing. You know, people stay on property because of the fact that they're like immersed in everything Disney. But if you stay at a Disney Springs hotel, let's say, you're still right on Disney property.
All Disney themed still.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think people are paying because it's not because it's like the most comfortable beds or it's whatever else. Right. It's the fact that even at an All-Star, it's the fact that it is all Disney-fied.
No, and I fully get where the consumer is when they do that. Because you want to, when you go to Disney, and it's still what you talked about not too long ago about fully immersing yourself in a Disney bubble and trying to forget the outside world. And the only way you can do that really is to be on property the whole time. But there's a lot of hotels up and down 192 or around the area that are still full also. So there's people staying off property who drive to property every day who don't get a lot of they don't get the transportation. I mean, their hotel may offer transportation.
Yeah, some have shuttles.
But they're going for, I get a breakfast, I get free Wi-Fi, I don't have to pay for parking. There's a lot of reasons as to why people...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on what you want your experience to be. I mean, I can see both sides. And these days, a lot of people want to save money.
Yep.
And if you stay at a hotel that's 10 minutes, 5 minutes from Disney, then that's still, I mean, it still counts.
It takes you 5 to 10 minutes to get from All-Star to Magic Kingdom on the bus. At least. It'd probably take you more like 15 to 20 minutes because you have to wait for the bus. And then once it gets there, go.
I hate waiting for the bus.
But I look at Disneyland where they only have 3 on-site hotels.
Yeah. And they're all expensive.
But all the good neighbor ones are great. And you're not staying on property, but you still have the full experience.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so much the thoughts on how they do things is so much different here than it is out there.
It is. But anyway, I just want to bring that up, what you thought about if they'd had like an all-inclusive ticket for the day.
I mean, sure, it'd be great, but I don't think they're going to do it.
No, I don't think they will. I think it'd be great. It's kind of one of those, I wish they would do something like that because there's a lot of people, like you were talking the other day, because we're talking about our meetup coming up and about how we're doing it at the Springs because a lot of people let their annual passes go.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are diehard Disney fans that let their annual passes go because they simply can't afford it anymore.
Right. So, but if we were to do a meetup in the park and they knew they could get, I can get my food and I can have my beverages covered and I just pay this one price for it all, they might be more apt to go do that to get back in the parks for a day. So that's all I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. I get you.
Okay.
It would be nice if it happened.
It would be great, I think. So that's all I have really. We don't have a question for you this week. Nobody sent one in.
No.
So if you would like to send
Actually, it kind of worked out better because like I'm so fuzzy today. So like
who knows what answer you would have got.
Who knows what answer you would have got. Actually, it could have been funny, but.
It could have been. But if you have a question for Michelle, please feel free to email me, scott@themainstreetmouse.com, and I will ask her the question on air, and you will get her true, honest answer of how she feels about it. Because like I said, I do not give her that question ahead of time like our discussion. I usually don't talk to her about that.
He does not tell me.
No. If you listen to Michelle's Daydream Believing podcast, and if you're not, why? You should be listening to it.
It's pretty good.
It's a great show. That comes out every Thursday, roughly around 7 o'clock in the evening. If you have any comments, questions, or show ideas for her, you can email Michelle at themainstreetmouse.com. It's Michelle with one L at themainstreetmouse.com, and she will answer your question, or she will talk about your stuff on the air, or she might email you back if it's a show idea and get more information out of you. So that's what you can do with that show. Just want to go through our sponsors really quick. Our official travel partner of the Main Street Mouse is MEI Mouse Fan Travel. They are our trusted travel agency that you can work with. They will take care of everything for you. Just go on our site, click any of their banners, fill out the small little form, and one of their travel advisors will contact you back, and you can help. They will help you plan the perfect trip, and best of all, it is 100% free for you. It does not cost you anything. The price does not go up by using their services. Lastly, our official stroller and scooter company, Kingdom Strollers, will help you with any rentals you need while you're in the Central Florida area. You can go to kingdomstrollers.com. They will deliver, and they will pick up whatever you rent from them, wherever you're at. And by using them, you're helping out the Main Street Mouse. So make sure you let them know that you heard about them on the Main Street Mouse.
Yeah.
That's all I have this week, so I'm going to let Michelle close us out really quick.
Okay. Well, as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. Be sure to keep telling your friends about the Main Street Mouse because that is how we have grown for the past 15 years. Don't forget, Meetup Disney Springs, September 6th. There is an event tab on our Facebook page. So until next week, have a wonderful, fantastic, magical week ahead, and we'll see you real soon.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather your belongings, watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
On behalf of our entire flight crew, thanks for soaring with us.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.